Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and have another one of those that I've had in the past with you guys regarding Monster Hunter Rise. And basically there's a topic that a lot of people have been reaching out to me specifically after the Game Awards to see if I know anything about. Basically because I was talking about that we were going to be able to get a trailer for Sunbreak at the Game Awards. I talked about that ahead of time, that we were going to be able to get that. I heard from a lot of people that, I trust that was going to be something that was going to be happening. And I talked about in that same video where I was talking about the Sunbreak trailer that presumably we weren't going to get anything regarding Monster Hunter Rise at all. A lot of people were expecting to see perhaps a new PC trailer or even the collaboration for December. This was something that a lot of people were asking me about after the Game Awards, where people are wondering, where is the December collaboration? What are we going to get? Is Capcom going to be announcing anything? And as of right now, I don't actually have a concrete answer for that because I simply just haven't heard anything about that. I don't necessarily know if they even have plans to have a December collaboration. And I think I want to try to break down this as best as possible based on all the information that we have. I don't want to sit here and make speculation because I just simply don't know. But we do know that in the past couple of weeks, I covered recently that they're going to be lining up the DLC for PC and the Nintendo Switch as early as February. But remember that the PC version is going to be launching with pretty much all the DLC that we have up until the last week of November. So pretty much any of the December event quests that we're getting, those are not going to be available on day one on PC. They're going to be pretty much all the way up to the last week of November, 3.6.1. I believe that's the number of the patch that is going to be up to. So one of the things that they're talking about is that they're basically going to sync it up until February. Any sort of DLC that's pending from the Nintendo Switch for them to be able to put on PC as to February, any sort of collaboration is going to make that a little bit tougher. So, it just makes more work for them. And I don't think that December is probably one of those things they're going to be focusing on too much. You also wonder about January. What's the January collaboration is going to be? Do they even have any plans for one? And I think that's kind of like the thing, that I don't think they're going to try to make it as difficult as possible for them to sync up more content that simply just isn't all that relevant. I think that once they sync it up in February, it'll be making more sense for them to make a big deal out of that and have like a really cool collaboration by then. Would that be something that people are going to put up with? I don't know, and probably most likely not. They're going to be wondering, why is this game, the PC version, launching without any sort of collaboration hype, even though all the collaborations that are already there were pretty much from the Nintendo Switch. That's something they're going to have to be dealing with at that point in time. But right now, I just don't think that's something that they're too concerned about. The reason for that is that pretty much all the marketing push that they have right now has been shifting over to the PC release. The Nintendo Switch version basically just gets barely mentioned at all, pretty much only on the weekly updates for the event quest that we're getting and the recent batch of Sunbreak news that we got. That's about it. So they're not really too concerned with the Switch version at all right now. All the marketing has been shifting to the PC version. So again, they're probably waiting to sync up maybe something for January, even at that, if they're going to have another big collaboration, and they're probably going to end up skipping December. That's just my guess, my personal guess. If I had to really speculate, that's just what I think they're going to end up doing. But again, I could be wrong about that. If there is some sort of collaboration for December, chances are they're going to end up revealing it this week. Usually 2 weeks before it releases is when they end up revealing it. So if we do get one, it'll probably end up happening this week. But again, I don't necessarily know. I haven't heard anything regarding any of that. We do know that they're not doing any more Capcom collaborations. Any collaboration going forward is going to be with third parties, and obviously they've been pretty open about that. So what company would they do a collaboration with, and regarding what type of layered armor, layered skin, maybe weapons or anything like that, I don't know. One of the things that people have been asking me as well is the fact that the game releasing on PC stopping Capcom from doing any and all Nintendo collaborations? And the answer is simply yes. That's pretty much the only reason. Nintendo has no interest in putting their content or any of their characters on PC. This is not the situation with Microsoft, where Microsoft is very open to putting their things on PC at all. They don't care. They'll put their characters on Fortnite. It doesn't make a difference to them. Sony has been pretty slowly starting to catch up in that regard, putting their games on PC, putting some of their characters in different games, putting their characters in Fortnite and stuff like that. They're opening up. Nintendo's not that company. They're just not interested. Maybe in a few years they will be, but for right now, that's just not the case. So if you're going to have to wager a guess as to why we're not going to see any Monster Hunter Rise collaborations with Nintendo, as in like a Zelda Palico skin or like, a Mario hat or something along those lines, when it comes to, collaborations with Nintendo and Monster Hunter Rise, even though it is a massive game for Nintendo and the Switch, they're just simply not interested, because eventually that has to, spill over to the PC. And they're just not interested in putting any of those assets, even if they're not making them. Just having the rights to be able to put those on Steam is just something that they're not interested in. And the back end, Capcom has no interest in actually making assets for something that's just going to be exclusive to Switch. Capcom has been pretty adamant now that anything that they make is going to be, everywhere. So they're interested in pretty much making sure that if they make assets in a collaboration, that is going to have to be available on both. Would this have been something that they would have done at the launch of the Monster Hunter Rise on Nintendo Switch? Probably that would have been the best chance when they started to do like early collaborations before they started to do the Capcom ones. They would have done a Mario, a Zelda, a Metroid, whatever that was, because the game was pretty much, synonymous with the Switch, even though we knew it was going to be launching on PC. But now that there's going to be a PC version, Capcom would have to do not just a collaboration for the Switch with Nintendo characters, but then they would have to do another collaboration to PC players so they don't feel left out. And that's just extra work that they don't necessarily need to do. So for those wondering, always, like, I always see those comments, people asking, like, how come there's no Nintendo collaboration? That's probably the reason, because it means more work for Capcom to do that, and it has no incentives for Nintendo to actually put anything on PC, because they don't necessarily care. So yeah, I'm wondering what you guys actually think regarding the December collaboration. Do you think we're going to get one? Do you think there's actually any chance that it's actually going to be something cool? Or even what kind of company collaboration would you like to see when it comes to December, specifically in January if we do get one, but definitely for February, because I think by then people are going to be really upset if we actually go 2 months without any sort of collaborations. So I don't think people are going to be giving them the benefit of the doubt to go 2 months without any sort of collaborations, especially after the launch on PC. But if you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.